Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black, White, and Red All Over. I'm Victor Dandridge, the hardest working man in comics.
Ryan Seymour, king of Comic Town here in Columbus, Ohio.
Yes, and this is episode 400, baby.
Right?
I can't believe it.
400. So even if you sat and you're like, I'm going to watch one episode a year.
Yeah, a day.
It
would take longer than a year to get through.
there.
Yeah.
That's bonkers.
We're amazing. We are amazing.
Yeah.
Okay? Every week we're here bringing you that goodness. We're reading the things so that you will read them too.
Yep.
Okay? It's not so that you don't read them, so that you will.
Yeah. And we can have the discussion with you.
That's right.
Down in the comment section or on social media.
Yes. Share, and more share. So since this is episode 400, you can see we're doing things a little differently.
Yep.
You know, we're switching it up. Okay? We got to keep it fresh. 400 episodes in. Okay? You know, this will probably be our title sequence and stuff for the next 400 episodes.
Yeah.
I mean,
more than likely.
Yeah, we'll hold it.
Since all of my ideas get shot down.
I told you, we're no stripping. No. We're trying to monetize, but not like that.
You know, man, I've got skills.
I know you do. And that's really why I'm saying no. I'm not going to get trumped by you like this. Not again.
I got a move called the pincher. Have you heard that story, though?
I've not.
Okay.
But I can't wait. In our after hours segment, okay? You know what I'm saying? Black, White, and Red All Over OnlyFans, y'all. Like, it's going down. If you want to see that, definitely in the comments, let us know.
Yeah.
We will read you the books in our nudity. Would you do that? Would you read books to people in a very seductive, half-naked sort of way?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Got my Reading-Thong.
It looks like a bookmark.
My Zardoz costume.
One time for Sean Connery. Okay, so we did read some things. And we're going to tell you about them. Yes. Our honorable mentions, which are some of our dope reads, but didn't quite, blow us all the way over.
Yeah.
We chose them for goodness, but, in terms of reading, there were some books that were better. Where do you want to start with that? Because we got all three that are the same.
Yeah, because we got two dope noir stories. And then we got this one, which was kind of...
Let's talk about that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so West #1 from Uncivilized Books. This was an interesting one. Okay, so John Grund. I picked this one up because it was an uncomic comic.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Size-wise,
yeah, it's totally different.
Yeah, it's totally unique. There's nothing. I've never seen anything cut the size.
Right.
The paper stock is also really cool.
Yep.
Because it's not your newspaper stock, but it's also not your traditional.
No, it's not the glossy. It's matte finished. This is a black and white book, very artsy, very alternative.
Yes.
But it's like sci-fi magic alternative. So it's got some mainstream themes to it. Just told in a very fun, eclectic, very personalized sort of way.
Yeah, it took me a little bit to get into it.
Yeah.
And once I did, though, it was giving me this mature Adventure Time kind of vibe.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Because there's this weird mix of magic and technology and just some kind of... When you got that thing, it's like some kind of dystopian thing has occurred.
I got Nausicaa vibes without the insects.
Okay.
Yeah. That's kind of where it went for me. There's a lot to like about this.
Yeah, that's the thing is once I got into it, I was really, really digging it, and I didn't care that I wasn't fully understanding everything. That was a part of it that was like, okay, I'm going to find out. Find out.
Yeah.
And
it's got some cool funkiness to it.
Yeah.
If you are wanting to dip into comics, I would say even if you are aiming to make a transition from anime and manga books and you wanted to try something a little bit more Western, this would be a good thing to try.
Yeah, it really would.
Yeah, because I think the art style is not too crazy. I think it's closer to a One Punch Man art style.
Okay.
In terms of how the characters are rendered, things like that. So again, try this because that's what it's all about. Trying things out that maybe aren't, normally living on your pull list.
Yeah.
This is the art, man. Try stuff. I'm really curious about the other books, though. They got a nice little promo piece for other titles coming. And Uncivilized Comics, like Craig Thompson, Tom Kaczynski. These look like these could be some dope reads here.
Like legit names and creators.
Yeah.
So, if you're check it out. Talk to your local shop, because we got these through Lunar, the main distributor for DC.
Shout out.
So yeah, let them know and get them to order them for you.
All for that. Okay, so now getting into your gritty noirs.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to talk about first?
Let's go Bylines and Blood #1.
Done. AfterShock Comics, big shout out to them. Erica Schultz, what up? Van Jensen. This is dope.
Because it's not quite Blade Runner future, but it has that sort of vibe.
It's getting it.
Our main character is a private investigator, and she's hired to try to track down the people that killed a former friend of hers. And just, it's this post-pandemic world. It's in the future, but not super far.
Right.
I don't get the vibe, but it is so cool. It is so well done. The sequence there was almost like Dave Gibbons.
That was magic.
Watchmen style.
I got to give a shout out. Aneki, I think that's how you say the artist's name. It's one name, so I got to learn it because I'm a quickly becoming fan. Very strong narrative visuals.
Yeah.
And that's something that becomes a talking point for me as a writer, as a creator. Drawing pretty is cool, but when you can tell story well and you're hitting emotional beats, that is everything. And this book is chock full of them. Eric and Van, they know how to write their stuff, without question they do. But to partner up with a collaborator that can really bring that to light the right way, that's beautiful.
Super, super solid.
Super dope. I enjoyed all of this. The mystery of it is fun. The world building is dead on.
And stick around for the stuff in the back.
Yes!
Because that also really, really helps you fully get immersed into this world.
Again, that's a very classic move from AfterShock. Having those extra pieces, really adds to that first issue. Yeah. That first issue narrative. And in fact, I think our last book on Honorable Mentions borrows from that just a little bit. Just a little bit. So, The Fourth Man. AWA Upshot. This one is it's crazy, actually.
Yeah.
Starring some of your favorite actors.
Okay, so it wasn't just me.
No, not at all. Not at all. I definitely see it. So Jeff McCumsey, Mike Deodato Jr. These. Come on,
it's Paul Giamatti.
That's Paul.
Harvey Keitel.
Yeah.
James Conn. Yeah.
Without question. Did you see Morgan Freeman?
Yeah.
Did you catch him? Sweet. Yeah. So again, we're talking gritty noir stuff. We start off with a series of murders that are getting investigated, and we're starting to get into the lifestyles of the murderees. To try to figure out who done it.
And what makes this unique is if each issue follows a sort of formula, we're not finding things out through the course of the investigation.
No.
The whole narrative about is a particular victim.
Right.
Which really kind of adds this sort of flavor. And we still don't know who did it yet, but oh my gosh, it's so well done.
It's great. Obviously, when you see these celebs in position, you can't help but hear the characters speaking their voices. Mike Deodato Jr. is a master illustrator. He does it almost effortlessly. It's kind of perfect. You know his style as soon as you see it, which is amazing.
If this works just perfectly. Yeah. Because it's gritty, it's dark, it feels dirty. And even got a Mountain Dew 2-liter bottle involved.
I'm sitting there does that even work?
I wondered the same thing.
Is it full? Is it empty?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But I'm so curious.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get on Scott's computer and do some research.
Yes. Definitely do it on Scott's computer, not yours. Rycor can't handle that kind of investigation.
Again.
I think that's Regina King, too.
Yeah, no, I got
that.
That was what I thought, too.
I was like, I feel like... Okay. So, this one, just all around, it's really cool.
Yeah.
And, again, when we get to the end... There's some extra added material that I think is really cool. And if this is something that AfterShock has started and other publishers are picking up that thread of giving just a little bit more story, a little bit more bang for your buck, that is such a fantastic thing.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Oh, not at all. And AfterShock coming up with that idea, you guys are aces. That was so smart.
They only do it for the first issue, so we'll really see if this plays out for further issues. But it's so good for world building and getting people into this whole concept of what you got on the table, which is fantastic. Okay, so moving to the acrylics. And of course, the acrylics are the creme de la creme of the week of our choices. These are the ones that are like, yo, we're going to be talking about these around the water cooler for the rest of the week. Yeah. These are the ones that if you don't have in your pull list, I feel sorry for you. May God have mercy on your soul.
These are the best books of 2022.
Literally, so far.
Yeah.
Maybe totally. We will see. Okay, we've got 51 weeks to find out. All right, so we've got 2 that are the same, 1 that's different.
Yes. Do we start?
Just do it. All right, just rip the Band-Aid off. I just got to know.
All right, DC Horror presents Soul Plumber number 4 of 6. All right, so there's a podcast. This will shock probably none of you. I'm into like weird, like serial killers and cryptids and occult stuff and like urban legends.
He loves it.
And there's this podcast called Last Podcast on the Left, and that's all they talk about. And it's one that like people are like, oh, have you checked this out? Yeah, dude, I was there on the like.
Oh my god!
So the team of the people from that podcast have started doing a comic, and it is extra crazy. I can't say the names of these characters, not because it'll spoil anything.
No.
But yeah, so there's a few things going on. They're trying to there's some characters that are trying to figure out how to like cleanse people of demons, hence Soul Plumber, which will make sense when you read the book. There's creepy cults that you can pay money to watch online. There's a demon in a jar full of holy water. It's just the most absurd, over the top stuff that you can possibly think of. It out preachers Preacher.
Whoa! And what a statement!
But I'm not just saying it's hyperbole. Like this, like
true. I mean,
what do you do?
Yeah.
That's like the Meat Man, but only worse. There's ghosts. There's it's awesome. If you have checked out Last Podcast on the Left, you need to read this because that's totally for you too.
Yeah.
So DC has done second prints of number 1. Number 2 is getting a little bit tough to come by, but number 3 is still available at reorder. Hit up your local shop; they'll get you taken care of.
And I definitely think that this is part of that. If you're nostalgic for old school Vertigo, right? That's
100%.
Like, get into this because that feeling isn't gone. You're not the only ones that miss it.
Yeah.
And clearly people are listening that are saying, hey, we can create something that touches that nerve. Yeah. It's raw and exposed, and we're just going to flick it.
Yep.
So there you go. Speaking of raw nerves.
Yeah, that was the one. Like, it was a decision. I had to make a cut between that or that.
You did.
But that has always been... Tell us about it.
Dark Knights of Steel, number 3. Tom Taylor. God, I hate this guy. What doesn't he do well? Yasmin Putri on the art. What doesn't she do well? Oh God,
the art is so gorgeous.
It's so magical. Okay, so imagine classic DC characterizations in medieval times. You've got the House of L, which is run by not Superman, no, his parents, who came along with him to survive Krypton. And obviously, on Earth, Yellow Sun, they're empowered.
Yeah.
But along with them also comes a prophecy of impending doom that puts multiple kingdoms against each other. One of them being the Kingdom of Storms, which, headed by King Jefferson Pierce, Black Lightning. Okay, so far.
Yes.
Right? We've got this prophecy that suggests that the elves are going to bring problems to the world itself, right? In an effort to, possibly stave this off, a move has been made where King Jor-El has been assassinated.
That was issue 1, so it's not a spoiler.
Right, like that's not a spoiler. There have been repercussions, violent repercussions.
Yeah. That last panel from issue 2 was just
violent repercussions. And what's really interesting is that Tom has done a fantastic job of playing around with certain relationships. There are characters that are intermingled, associated, and it works out really, really well in this world, this landscape that they're talking about. And seeing how these kind of chess moves politically even are being manipulated is fascinating. I am willing to step out on a limb and say I think I know who the bad guy is. And
yeah, because it's Tom does this so well. Like it's one of those, because occasionally he'll get people will confuse him and Tom King.
Yeah, no,
that's
a mistake.
Oh no!
Right?
Oh no! Oh wow!
So I believe that peace just ain't in them.
Yeah,
it ain't there. Okay, it ain't there. They don't want it. They're not for it, and literally could bring this world down. Easily.
Yeah.
Easily crack this bad boy in half. So I can't wait to see how this goes.
Yeah.
Because lines are being drawn, alliances are being forged, promises are being made, and people are dying.
Yeah.
Like,
I love that every company that Tom works with allows him to play with the characters, but outside of continuity, so he can just go full Tom Taylor.
Go ham. Put some bologna on it, okay? Sprinkle some pepperonis. Just,
that pickled pimento loaf.
That's a lot of meat.
That is.
It's a lot of meat.
But it had olives and pimentos.
Yeah. You can prosciutto that out. I don't know.
It's like high-class spam.
Just yummy. All right, what's next? What do you want to do next?
Oh, God, it's so tough. Dang, I don't know, because both of these books were just
solid.
Ridiculous.
They were solid. I will suggest this one last due to speculator conversations.
Yes.
Let's do that.
That's fair.
Okay, so Magic Order Volume 2, Number 3. Some guy is writing this. I don't know. Have you heard of him before? He's a new guy.
Yeah, like Mr. Mark Millar.
I think based on the strength of this episode or this issue, he could have a future, if he just keeps practicing. I think he might write something.
Continuously hone your craft.
Yeah. I think he might get somewhere. Might be a notable name one day.
Sweet Jesus, this is so good.
Joined by Stuart Immonen, again, one of the greatest to ever pick up a pencil and tell stories with it. Okay. We bounce through time. We see how the Magic Order has been revered in some cases, loathed in some cases, through time. We see that some of the machinations of villains sometimes get wires crossed. They conflict.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the most fascinating things possible, that, like, we're talking foreshadowed predicaments by accident. Hilarious. That broke my heart. I'm so mad at him.
Yeah.
I am so mad at him.
I get his motivation.
Sure, but no.
Yeah, but in that mental state,
you are not qualified.
Yeah.
You are not. I will say, okay, so this year, or last year, I should say, everyone was all, lovey-dovey about witches in terms of Agatha Harkness.
Yeah.
Agatha ain't got nothing on Grandmama.
No.
Grandmama is a problem.
Yeah. That's when she is like, oh, by the way, holy crap, but what do you do?
What do you do?
You have to, create a problem for her to deal with and then snipe her?
Right. Like, how do you address this? And what I love is the unassuming nature of her.
Yeah.
Because she's just kind of like, she walks up and you're like, yo, I'm Cordelia Moonstone. Like, what do you mean? The revelation, and I think that's the thing that I love the most.
Yeah.
Is that she tells them.
Yeah.
And she tells them in almost this, I dare you to do something about it way because I know you can.
Yeah.
Like, haha, this is me, but guess what? You can't do nothing about it. Okay, so as a fan of D&D, lots of magic, lore, things like that, any of the things that are referenced in this, are those things that you've heard of before, or is he just making up dark, evil magic?
I think just making up a lot of dark, evil magic.
Oh, my God!
Which I totally respect.
You have no choice but to... Because I'm like, that's got to be from something.
No,
right?
I want to see it animated.
No, I do not. No.
Like, this needs an anime treatment.
Stop.
Because some of the visuals of the magic and the bending of reality is so amazing that I don't know that
my dreams don't need that kind of help.
Oh, it does. Like I want to see, like oh yeah, because there's gonna be like a mole with like hair growing out of it.
Oh god,
and
stop it!
Yeah,
like, I can taste it. I can literally taste it. Yeah, this is man.
One of the things I find interesting about this part of Magic Order, is with Mark and Jason Aaron and their other creators that do a really, really amazing job of creating a villain that isn't 100% wrong. And it gives you that little bit of conflict. This particular group of villains is just evil.
Yes.
There is no redeeming quality, which makes because they do stuff that we haven't seen bad guys do since the original run of Authority.
Right.
And,
God, that's so true. And I think that's kind of one of those really interesting conversations once you see the little twist that Mark's put into this particular issue of the inevitability of it.
I don't think the Moonstones are going to win.
I don't either. And there's something fun to that where, you have these all-powerful characters and you have these stakes that are set up that you do have the question. How do you do this?
Yeah.
Like, how do you come back from this? It's almost like, okay, we were talking movies and stuff before, and Endgame. I don't think anybody went into Endgame thinking that the Avengers weren't going to find a way to bring everybody back. Yeah. That wasn't the question. The question was, how?
Yeah.
Now, Mark is a twisted writer, and I love that he will take a trope and bash it across its head and leave it twitching. So you can look at this and go, well, surely the good guys are going to win. And he might be like, no, they're not.
Stick around for Magic Order Volume 3.
Ta-da! Like, he might do that to you. Or he might give you you're absolutely right, but wait till you see how.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be the ultimate mind twist that you didn't see coming is how. And if there's anybody that is a true magician with pulling off that execution, it's him.
The first volume. Like, we were looking right at who the villain was
the whole
entire damn time.
The whole time!
And
had no clue.
Yeah.
No clue. So, yeah. Amazing. Speaking of looking at villains the whole time, Thor number 20, Donny Cates, Nick Klein, Matt Wilson. Okay, so God of Hammers Part 2. And this sprawls, okay? Like, there's a lot of ground that's covered.
Yeah.
There's a lot of build-up and setup and conversation, expositions. There's a lot. There's a whole bunch. It's meaty goodness. It is technically a first appearance. Could we call it a first appearance?
Going for $20 a pop online. So
I would say
it's
that's
a first appearance.
It's first appearance. This mythical character called the God of Hammers. Who is that? Who could it be?
Yeah.
What is their place when it comes to traditional Asgardian lore? As we've seen, Thor is, he's King Thor now, right? Yeah. He's got big shoes to fill. He's got things he's supposed to do. But stuff is falling apart.
Yeah.
Okay? Mjolnir's not acting like it used to. Like, she's getting kind of beside herself. She's not allowing Thor to pick her up. She's letting other people just manhandle her. What is that?
Have the ancient magic's worn off?
Right? And obviously, if that's the case, then who do you go to? Thor, as God King Thor, as powerful as he is, he didn't set these things into place. So he has to kind of go back to the originator.
Yeah.
Which would be his dad.
And his dad is such a D. Like, just unbelievable.
Just an empty hole. A D hole. Right? About everything.
Yeah.
Odin has no chill. He has no remorse. At no point does Odin go, all right, I could have played it differently. You're right.
That entire conversation. And then the conversation continues with, I can't imagine. I'm so on board with what Thor did.
Yes.
I wish he would have done more.
A lot more. Like, stop talking.
When that cat is the voice of reason.
There is a problem. There is a problem. Now, the one thing that I will question is I'm surprised that he allowed that to happen as far as it got before he invoked help.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. There could be something bigger at play, but I'm still surprised that it happened. The one that hurt me, though, is where we catch up. That was messed up.
Yeah.
That ain't nobody have to do that.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody have to do that at all. Not at all.
How far-reaching is that within the realm?
Dark, man. It's far.
Yeah.
It's far. In terms of places and spaces that mean anything to Thor, that's just a messed up. Oh God.
Who came up with that? Like, is that the writer or is that the artist?
I don't know. It takes me back to the Dan Jurgens, John Romita Jr. era, and I didn't read Thor back then, so I don't know exactly what happens.
Yeah.
But I'm curious if there's any sort of kernel, inkling, seeding from that type of storyline to this.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that Thor can beat this person.
No.
I don't. I just don't.
Yeah, because if it's as powerful as I think it is.
Right?
And it's completely, like, it's not held under sway by anybody but itself.
What it's doing is what it's going to do.
Yeah.
And it's laying waste to everything. Like, what can stop it? Like, literally, what can stop it? And considering how this book starts off, nothing can stop it. Like, you don't even get the opportunity to be like, well, I'll go do this. I'll go make one of these.
It's already done.
No. Can't do it. So, very interesting one. I think this God of Hammers might be a major crescendo on his run.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, no diss. Donnie, you've done some great things. Be careful, man, because you might be Icarusing, flying real close to the sun on this one, and you can't undo this. Like,
yeah, like if it goes full all the way, how do you unwind that?
How?
Or are we finally at a point with a character and a story where we don't have to maintain the status quo, where we can just be like, okay, that horrible thing happened, and there actually are ramifications.
Actually, here, like, this is where it stands. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I'd love it. Oh my God. Okay, so we read these fantastic books. We hope that you read some fantastic books. Obviously, if you've liked this episode, give us that thumbs up because we need to see that. Tell us if you like the new opener because we were doing some things. We're trying some stuff out just for you because we love you.
Yeah, getting everything spiffy.
That's right.
And if you like what you saw, subscribe. Hit the bell button. Let you know every week because Wednesdays we're doing this.
Biggity bam. Biggity bam. We're here for you. Read books. Read more books.
Yeah.
Read all the books.
Because there's a ton of stuff out there.
Yes, there
really is.
And it's really good. Really, really good. Till next week. 401.